Hey everybody, Jo here from 3 Times the Charm. Welcome to the new moon in Gemini. So, let's all just take a big deep breath in and out because it's been a crazy season. So I always invite you to please accept my light and my Reiki. So as you breathe in, imagine a white healing light entering in with your breath and filling up your entire body. Push your belly all the way out, and then as we sigh it all out with sound, you're going to shake it all out as you sigh loudly. Let it out. We have all been holding on to so much. There's a whole lot of karmic stuff going on that's coming out of the woodwork, coming up to be seen from everywhere. So let's just take a few minutes here just to ground ourselves right now, because I know none of us do that enough. Let's just ground ourselves and welcome into the present moment, and then we're going to get into a few things. So I'm going to try not to make this video too long, but I do really want to do a chant to the planet Mercury. I'd love to go through a little bit of astrology about what the fuck is going on. And then I've also got cards as well. I've got a singing bowl. I've got shit everywhere. So hi, take a breath. And of course as well, if my dogs go a bit nutty, then I do apologize in advance, but the wind is mental, so it's making us all a bit nutty. So welcome to Gemini. Take a big deep breath in, push your belly all the way out. And remember, accept my beautiful Reiki and light. So accept that white healing light entering in as you pushing your belly all the way out. Sigh and shake it all out with sound. Let's do that again. All right, so take another big deep breath in. Push that belly all the way out. Sigh it all out loudly with sound and shake it out. Just by doing that, how good does that feel, you know, just to kind of shake off some shit. So let's do that again, one more time. Push your belly all the way out. And I'm actually stomping my feet on the ground a bit as well, because that helps to ground me as well down into the mother. So where do we start? Firstly, Gemini is a sign of communication. So this new moon is all about communications. What is it that we want to bring in to our lives? Because new moons are about wishing. Let's wish in positive communication. So, and that includes with ourselves too, you know, like I talk a lot about these negative self-talks that we're all doing to ourselves. And we got to stop. So how about we kind of take a moment here to acknowledge that, because as well, we've got a whole lot of karmic cycles being completed. So stuff that's possibly re-coming up, Mercury in retrograde. Retrogrades are all about revisiting. So stuff that often we thought we put to bed are coming back into our lives and going, you thought you dealt with me? Guess what? Here I am again. And maybe a little bit more challenging than the last time. Because as well too, we're being tested. So, you know, are we going to keep doing the same thing? Are we going to keep repeating the same patterns? Or are we going to finally acknowledge it, do something a little bit differently, to then close that karmic cycle, to start a new fucking life? Like, we are all going through so much shit right now. We've just come out of a really massive eclipse season and a retrograding season, and now, like, Mercury retrograde, I think it ends in a couple of days, so we're very much on the tail end of it, but it still doesn't mean that shit's not going wrong. So, you know, emails that you thought you pressed send or only sent to one person, suddenly a whole bunch of people you didn't mean to send it to's got it, for example. Same with texting, you know, like that sort of stuff can be very easily misconstrued when you're meaning it a certain way to come across and somebody else is taking it a totally different way. Same even without talking, you know. And as well, Geminis are all very in the head too, very logical, a thinker, a bit flighty, some bit very flirty. You know, very good to talk to, very easy to talk to and all of that sort of stuff. But when Mercury's in retrograde too, like, you know, maybe stuff's not coming across how it's meant to. So just chill. Because Mercury is retrograding in Taurus at the moment, which is a slow and steady sign. So just slow it all down. Think about it. Think about it again. And then think about it again before you press send. Before you, you know, call the person or, you know, get into it with someone. So I do have a couple of notes here because I don't normally have notes. I normally just wing it. But I really did kind of think there is just quite a lot going on in the sky at the moment. I didn't want to fuck it up with Mercury in retrograde. So I just want to first, I love sound, so I just want to first cleanse us, cleanse our space, and just breathe, okay? And even, I think, before we get into anything else, I reckon let's just do a few chants to the planet Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini, so, and with Mercury being in retrograde and everything going a bit cray-cray, let's just give a little bit of devotion. So the chant is Om Bram Breem Broom Sa Buddaya Namaha. So I'm going to do that, I don't know, however many times comes out. So I will put the how you pronounce it and stuff in the comment, in the spiel description, I guess we call it, in the description. You can just breathe. And because when I'm saying it, your mind is going there anyway. So you're following the vibration of the sound anyway, because that is, it's the vibration, it's the frequency that our body feels and our soul feels and our subconscious feels. So don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, just breathe. It's just like Reiki, light, sound, you know, all these healing modalities. They are intelligent and they go where they're needed into your subconscious, how you need that. And then it'll integrate however that is for you. So usually it's either overnight or when you're able to meditate or rest or breathe or however best it is for you. So don't overthink it. Just know that it works. Believe it. Believe in yourself. Believe in me. You know, like believe in that the universe actually wants you to be amazing. And then, excuse me, and then, yeah, drink lots of water. Drink lots and lots of water because high vibration is by drinking water, herbal tea. So, and this sort of stuff, it's quite draining. You need to flush through the shitty energy and then you get rid of it, but you've got to replace it with higher vibration. Okay, I digress. So, the chant is Om Bram Breem Broom Sa Buddaya Namaha. Take a big deep breath in. Sigh it all out. Om Bram Breem Broom Sa Buddaya Namaha. sa. Buddaya Namaha. Om Bram Breem Boom sa. Buddaya Namaha. Take a big deep breath in. Thank you, Mercury. Okay, so now, I feel lots calmer after that, actually. I was a bit cray before. So I've got a few rocks around me as well, surprisingly. So some of the rocks that I would love to use right now for this new moon and for communication, healing any throat issues, healing any thyroid issues, communication issues, self-talk issues, grounding ourselves, I got it all covered. So we've got agate. Agate is very grounding, very emotionally supportive, very nurturing, very grounding. So it helps Geminis to stay grounded and not float away. So, and then I've also got mahogany obsidian, because I just love this. Again, it's very grounding and nurturing and supporting. And then it's also very protecting and absorbing of negativity as well. I've got blue stones, of course, because blue is the colour of communication and the throat. And we've got blue lace agate, which is amazing for communication and opening up to the higher realms, getting those downloads through. I've also got lapis lazuli, which is just any communication stuff should probably have this stone in it. Very good again for the higher wisdom and opening up to those channels and trusting what comes through. Sore throats, put it on your throat and imagine that the stone's absorbing your soreness. Like, imagine it. Our imagination, our sixth sense, our ESP, our intuition, like, it is so bloody powerful. But we were taught from such a young age to kind of shut it off and just fit in with everybody else. I say, fuck that. That time is then. Now it's time for us to all rise into our amazingness, because, I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Like, there's only one of you. There's only one of you that has the gifts that you have to share. It's shine. Like, don't dim to fit in. Like, now is not that time. That time is for us to actually showcase what we've got and to be so proud of ourselves and to shut off our self-doubt. Because we totally got this. Sodalite. Sodalite is the next one, because sodalite is, I love it. It's like a wise stone. Like, it's that knowledge that comes from a place of just ancient wisdom, like, there's so much knowledge in these stones and they're so powerful when used and given the intention that you want them, how you want them to help you. So all blue stones are really good for communication. I've also got some tourmalated quartz, because tourmaline, like, this is such another grounding, emotionally supportive, it's helpful, really helpful with the negative self-talk. Quartz is clarity, clear thinking. It also amplifies everything else. And getting, good thought processes going. And then tourmaline is so super grounding and absorbs all that negativity. Like, it's one of the most protective stones. Like, it is just amazing. Okay, so, and then I've also got a bit of a stress blend in my oils. So let's just go and give that all a bit of a... I've got a little bit in my eye. Okay, so I don't recommend getting any in your eye, but... So just breathe it all in. I know you can't, until they invent smell-o-vision, you can't smell that. But my intention is that everything that I'm doing to myself is that it's absolutely reaching through into your energy and your force field as well. So energy is like distance, time, space, it makes no difference. Like energy is energy. Just sending you through some beautiful light codes that are coming through to help ground us down. And I keep saying that all these karmic patterns are coming down because Chiron, okay, there's a few major aspects happening at the moment in this astrology stuff. So big things are happening with Lilith. So Lilith in the sky is opposite, like it's the furthest part in the moon's orbit away from the sun. So it's a very dark, shadowy part of us. It's a very deep, dark, inner part of us. It's kind of where whether you're male or female, but it's kind of where like the inner bitch comes through. It's where you are unapologetically you. It's where you put down your foot, put your boundaries up, and make no apologies for that. So many of us have issues with that. Again, through our programming, our ancestral lines, past lifetimes, all that sort of jazz. So all this sort of stuff now is being triggered, and I'm not looking down for no reason. Like I'm looking at today's astrology chart and I'm trying to make a bit of sense of it for you guys so you can kind of understand why we're all feeling the way we're feeling. And we're all going through this together. Like we are all going through this. We're all going through our own shit. No one's is more better or worse than anybody else's because it is all exactly fucked up for all of us. So everything that keeps popping up is helping you to determine what it is you want to now leave behind, what patterns you're done with, what shit you don't want to keep seeing. Let's let it go. And now we can rewrite how we're going to move forward and upgrade, evolve, grow our souls. So this is happening kind of on a global scale too. Like I've said it a couple of times in a couple of other videos, I think, is that Pluto's like going through and has been retrograding through Capricorn, which is all about kind of our rules, our stubbornness, our details, our work ethic and all of that sort of stuff. So it's how we plod along and, you know, have our boundaries up. And then Lilith comes along and kind of fucks all of that up. But the whole global scale right now, so I've got so much going in through my head at the moment that I'm just trying to not float away myself. So, okay, now I am going to go to my notes because otherwise I'm going to get lost in this myself. So Lilith at the moment is also squaring Mars. So Mars is in Aries at the moment, which is its home sign. And both of those, Aries and Mars, are all about our drive, how we go after things, and how we fight. Like it's that assertiveness. It can be our anger as well. You know, there could be a lot of karmic patterns and stuff coming up around all that sort of stuff. So I'm going through all of this so you can all, I'm hoping, kind of understand that what you are going through is normal right now. You're not going crazy. And it is normal to be feeling really kind of all over the shop. Like there's so much going on. There's also Saturn squaring Mercury in retrograde. So Saturn is a bit like, it's a bit like the school principal. It's the lessons. It's our karmic lessons. It's the rules and shit that we give ourselves. It's the expectations. And so squaring Mercury in retrograde. So it's all about our communication, how we communicate with ourselves, how we communicate with others, And we can actually, this is a really transformational time because of Pluto going through Capricorn right now. And we can totally transform everything right now. It's absolutely crazy. So there's also, I keep getting in my head too, like, just slow it down. Slow it down. It is so easy to just race off and fly away with everything. But we've really got to just keep stopping and grounding ourselves and slowing it down. Neptune is in Pisces still, but it's also squaring Lilith. So this again is really coming up about that self-belief stuff. The pictures we paint about ourselves, the stories we tell ourselves, and it's a really great time to just acknowledge that and release it. Release the self-doubt, release the toxic self-talk, and start to dream in the impossible. Like, what is it that if there was no limitations, what do you want to do? Lots of karmic wounds coming up with Chiron in Aries, with Mars as well in Aries, and also Jupiter in Aries. So Jupiter expands everything. So all of these wounds coming up, especially in Aries, it's all actually kind of being magnified out a bit. But being the planet of good fortune as well, this is again a really good time to deal with it and shift it out. So, and then as I was kind of writing all this, and I'm just going to tap because I just love to tap. And for me, that helps me shift my shit out. So while I'm talking about all of this stuff to you guys, like, I'm going through all this shit too. So my videos are just as much for me as they are to help all you guys too. Because ultimately, heal yourself and you heal the world. Because we're all connected. We're not all separate as much as we want to think that in this 3D world. We're not. We are all connected, and everyone that you come into contact with and all that is a mirror reflection of what's actually going on in your inner world. You keep attracting shit, deal with your inner shit. Because I'm sorry to say, and I mean the truth hurts, welcome to Gemini. But everything that's going on around us is a reflection of our inner worlds. We've got so much karmic shit coming up right now, so many ancestral wounds, so many things coming up from past lifetimes that we never got to deal with. Now is the time. Now is the time, and this is a new era in humanity. So there's a lot going on in the world right now, and now it's time to shift into this. I know this has been talked about for quite a while now, the shift, and it is still going on. Like, shit like this doesn't happen in like overnight. So it doesn't happen on our terms and our time. It happens on the universe time. So all this crazy weather that's been going on around the world, Mother Earth's healing. She's purging her own karma, her own karmic wounds and all of that sort of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on. And karmas aren't just played out in this world that we live in either. So I'm just going to leave that there because that'll be a very long video if we go down that road. So I just want to kind of read what came through last night for me as I was looking at these charts, and this is the message that I got. So we all have our shit coming up and fucking with us. Be gentle on yourself, especially now armed with this knowledge. As feelers, empaths and light warriors, we especially seem to really feel into the collective and feel the collective pain as well. So many of us wear it, added on top of all our own baggage. Let it go. It is not serving. Be conscious and consciously ask the universe to release any and all karmic ties and contracts that are not serving. Because now, this is our turning point. So right there, I just want to, and I really hope that you just tap along with me for a moment, because I just want to clear out some shit from all of us. So tapping on the side of the hand, even though, please repeat after me if you choose to, in your head or out loud, it makes no difference. It is sometimes good though to do it out loud, because then you hear yourself. More communication. So even though I am carrying all this ancestral baggage, all these karmic wounds and karmic lessons, I may not even know which lifetimes, which ancestors, or where they've come from throughout time and space. I may know some of them. But I choose to acknowledge that they are coming up to be seen. And I choose to love myself as I release it all for my highest good and the highest good of all. Even though I have all this shit coming up right now and I don't really know how to handle it, I choose to acknowledge how I feel, and I am open to releasing my karma and my ancestral karma. Even though I am dealing with so many different lessons, hurdles, speed bumps, it's very overwhelming. And I often don't even know what I'm even feeling anyway. I choose to acknowledge that this is ancestral karma and lessons, soul contracts that I've made, and karmic wounds coming through to be healed. I love myself completely. I forgive myself for any parts I have played, and I forgive everybody else for any part they have also played. I choose to release everything that is no longer serving me for my highest good and the highest good of all. And just quickly tapping through the points. Just take a big deep breath in. Side of the eye. All this karma. Just tune in and feel your body right now. Are you really sore or tight somewhere? Did your brain just, a part of your body just suddenly pop in your head? You know, something coming up for you. Just go within, close your eyes, take a few breaths, keep tapping. And just ask yourself, where am I feeling tight? Where am I feeling heavy? No judgment, just notice it. Moving down to under the nose. I choose to release this now. Under the mouth. All this karmic wounds and lessons in how I talk to myself, in how I am, in how I communicate. I choose to learn these lessons gently and I release them now. Collarbone. Any soul contracts that I have made, willingly or unwillingly, in knowledge or without knowledge, consciously or subconsciously, in any lifetime, past, present and future, in any dimension, in time and space, and through my ancestral lines. For the highest good of all, I choose by my own free will to release these now. Under the arm. Take a big deep breath in. Sigh it all out. Top of the head. I am open to communicating effortlessly. Eyebrow. I am open to closing all books on all past wounds and karmic lessons associated with communication. Side of the eye. I communicate easily with everybody around me. Under the eye. I am open to receiving communication and downloads from the higher realms, from my higher self, from my spirit guides. Under the nose. Just take a big deep breath in and think about who you want to communicate better with right now. Take a big deep breath in and see yourself communicating really well and easily with them. Could be yourself, could be your partner, could be your family or your kids, could be your animals, could be your spirit guides, could be your higher self, your higher spirit. Could be your work or your business, colleagues, clients, everything and anything. Under the mouth. I am open to that. Collarbone. I am open to communicating amazingly with myself and knowing how amazing I am. Under the arm. I am open with communicating my truth to the world for the highest good of all. And on top of the head. I am open to magnificent communications in all areas of my life and in mind, body, and spirit. Okay, you can stop tapping and take a big deep breath in. Sigh and shake it all out. Hey, Loki. So, how do you feel? I'd love to know in the comments how that was for you. Please drink some water. And now I just want to double check I kind of covered everything. So there's other stuff going on the planets, of course, as well. Like there's a beautiful harmony right now between, where is she? Between the moon, the beautiful moon, and Chiron. So again, this is all about healing our inner world, our inner shit. Could also be our mother's line, our ancestral lines and stuff. So what I just guided you through then, that tapping, the tapping stuff, and of course everything I do is infused with Reiki and light as well for your highest good and the highest good of all, is we've just cleared a lot of shit. So whether you actually are realizing that right now, if you can actually feel it or stuff, like I really want you to be gentle on yourself, like rest if you can, definitely meditate, tap, sleep when you need to, drink a lot of water, stretch, because stretching moves energy through as well, you know, like there's like stretching is absolutely amazing. And I'm not saying like do it for such a long time, like even just 5 minutes, even just 3 minutes, even just a few stretches, like whatever you can do in the moment. And it all adds up. So I want to just kind of pull a card, Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards. I've got a couple next to me. I might pull a couple of cards and see how I'm feeling, what I'm being told. So I'm asking Spirit what it is that we need to know right now for the highest good. Now that we've kind of cleared everything, what is it that we kind of need to know for this new moon? What cards are flipping over all over the place. I think there's a good message here. Oh, lovely. So joy, be joyful, see the beauty in the little stuff, be kind to yourself, be gentle on yourself. Now, oh my God, and the next card too is just crazy right now. So the Novice, new beginnings. What is it that you want to manifest into your life right now? Now that you've cleared, we've done a big clearing right there. Dream in the impossible. Dream it in. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? And whatever is stopping you, tap on it and fucking release it so that we can make this world a better place. Because it is down to us, guys. The more we do on ourselves, that ripples out. The more we do that, the more it ripples out. Self-care is essential. Self-care is essential. Speaking our truth is essential. The more you don't speak up for yourself, the more we're fucked. To put it quite bluntly. The more we don't speak up for ourselves, keep looking around us at what's going on in the world. It's all imploding. So now it's time for us to rise together. This is the dawning of a new era. And we're going to look back on this in history and realise that. So please do what makes you happy. Be joyful. If it, you know, put your boundaries up. Put your boundaries up when you don't want to do something. And what is it that you want to bring into your life? Like right now, again, we've just come through all the eclipse seasons and stuff. So we've all, and the karmic completions right here. So now it's time, a bunch of planets in Aries, new beginnings. So it's all about now, what do we want to bring into our life? How do you want to live your life? How do you want to live your life? On that note, guys, yeah, I think I've covered everything. So you can go through this new moon cycle for the next 2 weeks, I guess, until the full moon. Just Om is a wonderful chant. Om Breem is like the seed mantra for the Lord Buddha, which is the guiding spirit of Mercury, which rules Gemini. See how everything's connected? So you can just Om, or as you're driving, I tap and do a lot of well, one hand obviously on the wheel. I tap and do a lot of that while I'm driving. I'm Omming, I'm chanting as I drive, and you know, make the mundane stuff that we do, the dishes, the cleaning, all that sort of stuff none of us ever want to do. Make that into your time to chant or to tap as you're doing something or something, because the more you're just floating off with your toxic thought patterns, the more of that you're bringing back into your life. So the more we can shift that, voila, we heal. Okay, guys, on that note, I hope it all made sense. I hope I didn't get too carried away with my own flightiness in this Gemini crazy wind. Let me know in the comments how that was for you. Let me know how you're feeling. And if you just even got to the end of this video, just comment 3 air emojis. That'd be pretty cool. Or the Gemini emoji. So I'll just leave you with some light codes and some healing, loving energy. Tell me what you're grateful for right now. We've just done a huge clearing session, so I'd love to know what you're grateful for. Happy new moon in Gemini. Speak your truth. Always, and never, ever, ever dim to fit in. Follow your magic, and until next time, I'll see you soon.